हेलो एवरीवन। सभी फोटोग्राफर भाइयों को मेरा फिर एक बार नमस्कार। मैं सुमित जैन केवॉक सर्विसेज और पूरे टीम की तरफ से कैप्चरिंग क्रिएटिविटी सेशन 23 में आप सभी को वेलकम करता हूं। और आज फिर एक बार एक नए मेंटोर के साथ, एक नया टॉपिक के साथ हम आज फिर आपके सामने यूट्यूब लाइव के माध्यम से आपके पास आए हैं। तो सबसे पहले मैं सभी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि जो भी हमारे साथ जुड़ा है या आप मैं सभी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि जो भी अभी जुड़ा है आप आपका डिटेल्स मुझे चैट बॉक्स में डालिए ताकि मैं आपको वेलकम कर सकूं। और बहुत जल्द हम अपना आज का सेशन स्टार्ट करेंगे। आज जो हम बात करने वाले हैं वो एक ग्लैमरस, जो हमारा फोटोग्राफी इंडस्ट्री है वो ऑलरेडी इतना ग्लैमरस है, तो उसमें हम आज और भी ग्लैमरस टॉपिक और एक अच्छा मेंटोर लेके आए हैं जो फैशन फोटोग्राफी के ऊपर बात करेगा। एंड फैशन फोटोग्राफी क्या है, किस तरीके से होता है, उसके एडवांटेजेस, उसको किस तरीके से लेना चाहिए, उसमें क्या कैटेगरीज है, इक्विपमेंट्स के बारे में बात करेंगे, बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज के बारे में बात करेंगे। तो बहुत सारा ये जो जॉनरा है बेसिकली फैशन इंडस्ट्री, ये बहुत बड़ा इंडस्ट्री है और उसमें क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज बिल्डअप होती है, लाइंड अप होती है और क्या क्या हम कर सकते हैं। तो हम सभी के बारे में आज डिटेल में डिस्कशन करेंगे। मैं अविनाश अनमोल जी को वेलकम करता हूँ जो गोंदिया से आज लाइव में जुड़े हैं। अविनाश जी वेलकम। एंड बिफोर वी स्टार्ट द सेशन, मैं सभी व्यूअर्स को जो हमारा अपकमिंग ऑल इंडिया वीडियो फोटो ट्रेड फेयर जो हमारा एग्जीबिशन है नागपुर में अभी अगला एडिशन होने वाला है, 15th और 16th एंड 17th ऑफ मार्च को स्केड्यूल्ड है। तो सभी को रिक्वेस्ट है कि उसका अगर रजिस्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस चालू हो गया है पुणे फोटोफेयर.in पर तो आप उसको रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं। एंड तब तक हम ये लाइव के माध्यम से आपके पास तो रोज मिल ही रहे। और भी जो भी हमारे व्यूअर्स हैं जो जुड़े हुए हैं उनको प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप चैट बॉक्स का यूज करें, हमको चैट में डालिए। और जो भी व्यूअर्स है अगर उसमें से कोई व्यूअर अगर फैशन फोटोग्राफी ऑलरेडी करता है तो प्लीज थोड़ा सा डिटेल में बताइए आप किस तरीके से करते हो, क्या करते हो। राजकुमार सोनारे जी वेलकम। ये हमारे वन ऑफ दोज रेगुलर व्यूअर्स है जो हमारे काफी सारे शोज उन्होंने अटेंड किए हैं और हमेशा देव। यस, थैंक यू राजकुमार जी। यस, मैं बढ़िया हूँ, थैंक यू। तो आज का जो टॉपिक है, जैसे मैंने बताया कि फैशन के ऊपर हम बात करेंगे। फैशन फोटोग्राफी क्या होती है, कैसे होती है, बहुत सारी चीजें। भले आप एक छोटे तालुका प्लेस से हो, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल से हो या मेट्रो से हो, हर जगह पर आप उसका यूटिलाइजेशन कर सकते हो। इसके लिए हमने एक बहुत ही स्पेशल जेंटलमैन फ्रॉम बॉम्बे, हम उनको यूट्यूब लाइव पर लेके आए हैं। एंड मिस्टर अभीर जी, विनायक जी, यस वेलकम सर, वेलकम। फिर एक बार वेलकम विनायक जी, हमारे लास्ट सेशन में भी हमारे साथ जुड़े थे। वेलकम सर। एंड मैं ज़्यादा समय नहीं लूँगा। आज के जो मेंटोर है एंड जो स्पेशल गेस्ट है हमारे, Abhir Roy from Mumbai. I welcome Mr. Abhir Roy and to this show, Capturing Creativity Session 23. Meanwhile, before we start the session, before we start the discussion with Mr. Abhir Roy, I request all the users to use the chat box. आप आपके कमेंट्स, आपके क्वेश्चंस या आपके फीडबैक्स उस पर डालिए ताकि हम आपके सारे क्वेश्चंस एंड में लेंगे एंड वी विल मेक श्योर दैट आफ्टर दिस सेशन योर फैशन फोटोग्राफी स्टाइल और टेक्निक्स कुछ ना कुछ चेंज आएगा. So before I talking on that, I will request Abhir sir, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me this opportunity to go live with your YouTube channel. First of all, to start with, I want to wish everyone Happy New Year, belated Happy New Year. सबका बहुत अच्छा जाए इस year. Everyone feel happy, healthy, and आप जो भी काम कर रहे हो आपका काम में बहुत सक्सेस आए, मन लगा के काम कीजिए, बहुत सक्सेस एंजॉय कीजिए. And really 2024 I'm sure some good things will come for everyone. So thank you so much for having me live on this YouTube channel. Today I have something to say. Like, मैं normally not a formal person. My approach and everything is very informal. So I'd like to go carry on with this YouTube live session with my informal approach. I want it to be a discussion round, like to and fro discussion round in between me and with you guys. Though I have created a PowerPoint presentation for the ease of making you people, uh, you know, uh, understand what I'm going to say to you regarding fashion photography, because there are a lot of things I need to say. But I normally do workshops, each and every month, like one or two workshops in different cities of India. From 2024 onward, I'm also starting my workshop in abroad. Okay, so I'll come up with all those things, but here in this particular live, I want to cover 360-degree overview of fashion photography. Like, the people who are working on fashion photography, they should know what they are working on. Okay, so I'm sure, like, a lot of people are doing photo shoots on regular basis. बहुत सारा चीजें हैं ना, not just from the technical perspective, like creative perspective भी बोलो, वो सब कुछ सीखना है. Okay, so let me just don't I don't want to waste everyone's time. Let's just kick start with the presentation. So let me open my presentation so that I can describe you what are the process. But during the time of this presentation, while I'll be explaining you the process, the style of fashion photography, and the experience that I have, that I achieved from my past photo shoot, which I'm going to share with you right now. So with this, I'm sure you might be having a lot of questions, queries. Okay, so just jot down all the queries. Let me finish this presentation, and you can after that ask me questions, and I'll try my level best to come up with the best answer. As well as, like, if you just search for one or two pictures from your past photo shoot which is related to fashion photography, you can also show this in this live, what I can see from your work. Okay, and I can comment on that. If it is something good, I will comment on that too. If it is something bad which needs to be rectified, I'll also comment on that too. So but let me also see some of your work. So this is the presentation. Let me just go to slide 2. So these are the topic that I'm going to cover today. The whole presentation today will be based on fashion photography. Okay, and but after describing what is fashion photography, I will also give you a little brief the idea of how you should work with your client, what clients are looking for from a photographer. And after you know all these things, it will be much easier for you to work commercially, because fashion photography is more commercial photography. So you can also have those ideas, and the business side of fashion photography. Okay, so you need to understand that too. Once you understand that, so you will be in a better perspective. Okay, so fashion photography is basically like to showcase your client's merchandise. It can be apparel, it can be accessories, it can be jewelry, anything related to fashionable stuff. It should not be always apparel, it can be accessories or different other products also, which is related to fashion. So I define, like, I'm not a bookish person, but I define fashion photography in my own way. I define fashion photography in two parts. Number one, advertorial or catalog photography, and number two is editorial photography. Now, let's come out of photography for a minute and let's talk about business. Now, if you talk about any type of business, it has got like two or three type of divisions. One is branding, one is marketing, another one is sales. Okay. Now, the photographers who are working for a particular company, they are into branding team, and the pictures, the pictorials that we are making, it will be used for either for marketing purpose or for sales purpose. Now this is where the tricks, like, if I divide fashion photography in two parts, one is advertorial or catalog photography, which is a little bit of sales centric. Another one is editorial photography, which is more towards the marketing perspective. Let me, carry on so that you can understand this thing a little better way. So when we are talking about advertorial photography, like बहुत लोग है like fashion photography करते हैं, and most of the time I see people posting online the photographs of fashion photography. They project more towards the person, they project more towards the subject, the model that they are photo shooting with. The fashion photography, if you talk about advertorial, it's not about the subject. So basically, you have to portray more of the attire. आपको जो प्रोडक्ट लेके शूट कर रहे हो वो प्रोडक्ट को ज्यादा पोर्ट्रे करना चाहिए. दैट इज मोर और एडवर्टोरियल और कैटलॉग साइड. I'll show you example in the slide later.
Abir sir, I'll just stop you for a minute over here. I'm sorry. मैं सभी व्यूवर्स से एक बार रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि जब अबीर सर ने ये सेशन स्टार्ट किया था तो उन्होंने एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज मेंशन की थी. अगर किसी ने मिस कर दिया होगा तो, अगर जो भी हमारे व्यूवर्स है उसमें से अगर किसी ने भी फैशन फोटोग्राफी की होगी या उनको लगता है कि उन्होंने उस टाइप की कोई वेडिंग में कुछ उन्होंने ऐसा कोई इमेज कैप्चर किया होगा, तो उसको आप इंस्टाग्राम के ऊपर अगर अभी आप पोस्ट करते हो और उसमें हमको टैग करते हो कि वो एग्जीबिशंस को, तो आफ्टर दिस सेशन इज ओवर वो इमेजेस हम इमीडिएटली सेशन में रिव्यू करेंगे और आपको उसके ऊपर अबीर सर थोड़ा सा और आइडिया देंगे कि आपके इमेज में और क्या कर सकते हैं और क्या चीज अच्छी है. तो ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट और बहुत अच्छा अनाउंसमेंट है. तो जिसके पास भी अगर कुछ इमेजेस हो तो आप उसको इंस्टाग्राम पे डालिए, हमारा कैवोक एग्जीबिशंस के ऊपर आप उसको टैग करिए एंड हम उसको अभी डिस्प्ले करेंगे. सो और अगर किसी को अगर इंग्लिश में भी अगर कोई इशू है तो आप बताइए, तो विल हैव सर थोड़ा सा ऑन एंड ऑफ स्विच और थोड़ा एक्सक्यूज करना, उनका थोड़ा हेल्थ का कुछ कंसर्न्स है. बट यस,
मेरा एक्चुअली my throat is not okay, so I probably cough a lot. Please excuse me for that. I don't have any I cannot help it. I help myself.
Yes, and one last thing, सभी व्यूअर्स को रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप चैट बॉक्स पे जो भी आपके क्वेरीज है या आप कहां से हो आपका इंट्रोडक्शन डालिए ताकि हम आपको वेलकम कर सके. थैंक यू सर.
Okay, so basically what we are discussing, let me go back to the previous slide once. So basically I am describing about two different part of fashion photography. One is advertorial or catalog photography, which is a little bit of sales centric. That's why I have written it is not about photographing people. Be salesy. Okay, you need to have a sales oriented mind to create those visual which can later be used for sales purpose or catalog. Like लोगों को बेचने के लिए, एक मर्चेंडाइज को बेचने के लिए आपको कस्टमर को जो दिखाना पड़ता है थ्रू द विजुअल, सो यू कैन show that through those type of photography, which I call advertorial or catalog photography. इसका एक एग्जांपल भी देता हूं, like let me put some example so that it will be much easier for you to understand. Like for an example, you are getting into a shop to check out various product and you ask a person who is in the sales in the shop and helping people out to show the merchandise and everything, like show me the catalog. After you checking the catalog, you can understand which product will be better for you to purchase. So those visual, or if you are going to a shopping mall and if you want to get into a shop, just before getting into the shop you can see the beautiful picture in shop window. So a photographer can capture those shots, and they can put it in their shop window and make the whole shop look more attractive. People can understand, okay, इसमें इस शॉप में मुझे ऐसा टाइप का अटायर मिलेगा और ज्वेलरी मिलेगा, और एक मूड भी होता है, लोग वो मूड भी शो करने, बट दैट is the editorial part, which is the next slide. When you are working on editorial photography, it's all about capturing the mood. The mood is much important. मैंने इसका सही एग्जांपल मैं दिखा पाऊंगा इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड व्हेन आई विल शो यू some of my captures in advertorial as well as editorial. So this is the slide where I'm showing the advertorial catalog of the beauty products and accessories. Okay, beauty photography, by the way, beauty photography is a separate genre, but through this presentation I am also keeping this beauty photography a part of fashion photography, because मैं इसको भी present करना चाहता था. So मैंने इस beauty photography को मेरे हिसाब से प्रेजेंट किया. दो ब्यूटी फोटोग्राफी इज अ स्पेशलाइज्ड जॉनर, जिस जॉनर के ऊपर मैं बहुत काम करता हूं, ठीक है, मैं फिर भी इसको फैशन फोटोग्राफी का पार्ट में दिखाया, बिकॉज आई ऑल्सो वांट टू से समथिंग अबाउट इट थ्रू दिस प्रेजेंटेशन. सो ब्यूटी फोटोग्राफी का जो कैटलॉग साइड है, वेयर यू नीड टू पोर्ट्रे मोर योर प्रोडक्ट, वैसे मैंने तीन एग्जांपल दिया है. फर्स्ट एग्जांपल, द लेफ्ट वन, इज अबाउट द कॉस्मेटिक प्रोडक्ट. बाय द वे, these are only the example. After viewing this example, you can understand what I'm talking about. The first left side, which is on cosmetic product. Here I'm showing a lipstick brand, but you can change it to another brand like mascara बोल सकते हो, or any type of product like skin product बोल सकते हो. Like all are fashion related products, so I'm just keeping those here too. So the first one is about the cosmetics. The second slide, the middle slide, is about the hair, where hair is more on focus. Okay, the way I'm framing this picture, the way my team, the styling team, the makeup team has worked on this particular shoot to create a perfect look, as well as the model, it is showing more of the hair and its styling. So this is about the hair. It can go with any hair product, it can go with any shampoo product or conditioner product, any type of product related to the hair. The third one, the right slide, is about the jewelry. You can name any particular jewelry brand. It can be earring, it can be, like here I'm showing the earring, but it can be a necklace or any bracelet or anything related to jewelry. So we can also portray that. Even you can also jewelry is like watch is not typically in Indian society, we do not acknowledge watch as a jewelry, but if you think about the western part of the world, this watch is also a jewelry. So we can also you can also understand like how we showcase watch in our advertorial. Now if I talk about the editorial and beauty side, as I told you, in advertorial, it is important to show more of this product, which is seen here. In the next slide, these are also beauty shots, but this represent more of the mood. Excuse me.
मैं सभी व्यूअर्स को एक बार फिर रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, अभी फोटोग्राफी, थैंक यू, आपने जो इमेजेस इंस्टाग्राम पे शेयर की है, हम उसको सेशन के बाद हम उसको स्क्रीन पे डिस्प्ले करेंगे और उसको रिव्यू कराएंगे. इसके अलावा ये को भी ट्राई करना है तो प्लीज इंस्टाग्राम पे आप डालिए. थैंक यू.
So this beauty shots are related to moods. This is directly not saying or focusing on the product, but the after use of the product, or there is a mood for every brand. You need to showcase the mood to target your audience. This is more of a mood than the product. The first one is about the cosmetic, the second hair, and the third one is the jewelry. Here, I am not totally showcasing the product, instead, the mood. The mood is the catchword for editorial photography. And it has to have a story, okay? It has to have a storyline which you can depict from a single picture or set of pictures. Most of the editorial are published into magazines, and through that editorial, I'm sure like you guys have read a lot of magazines and editorial, like the articles. An article writer of that particular magazine write an article, and related to the article there are a couple of pictures which are inserted here and there, in the magazine. While you read the text as well as review the picture, and you find correlation, and you find much interest reading and going through the article. So that is what I'm talking about. This is more on editorial side. Okay. The second, the next slide, it's about the advertorial, and focusing more on apparels. Okay. Here, like as I told you, like model is in the second choice. The first choice is more focusing on the dresses. यहाँ पे देखो, सब जगह पे मैंने ड्रेस को ज्यादा फोकस किया है. Okay. Now, while I'm talking about this advertorial, इसका यूजेज बहुत डिफरेंट तरीके से आता है. Like we now try to promote our brand through online as well as offline. Offline मतलब print media बोलो, or any type of media like PVC ad campaign, like those are the video. But if I talk about the still photography, print media, print publishing, that is an important part. And apart from that, social media promotion, which is coming online. So online and offline, as well as the e-commerce segment, like if I'm talking about the brand like flipkart.com or Zabong, or any type of e-commerce website through which you can browse the product and choose the product and later on purchase it. So but these type of photographs we can make through advertorial or catalog. So the next slide is again about the apparel, which is related to editorial. Here I'm showing more about the mood. There, clothing is the second choice, mood is the first choice. So mera purpose different ho gaya. So you need to understand the difference between editorial and advertorial. Advertorial, again, more about the product, which is sales oriented. Editorial is more about the mood, which is marketing oriented. Okay. So I'm explaining you this, but if you guys are not being able to understand anything, please jot down your questions. Later on you can ask me. All right.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people are crazy about this thing, high fashion. This is trending. This is not just trending in India. This is trending around the world. When we see models from Paris Fashion Week or London Fashion Week or even Mumbai Fashion Week, we see beautiful models walking in the ramp, and those looks are amazing. Now, those high fashion look, like what is high fashion? What is the difference between fashion and high fashion? Let me put it in a very clear cut, easy way. High fashion is basically a mixture of fashion and art. Okay. This definition is like I put it in this way, like where fashion meets fine art. Okay, because I'm also a fine art photographer apart from fashion photographer. So this is the right kind of example. This is how the way I want to put high fashion, that the high fashion is the mix of fashion and fine art. Now, when coming to high fashion, the attire should be number one, tailor made. That means, like, if you go into a mall or any type of e-commerce website to purchase product, you can see different sizes like S, M, XS, XL, XXL. Now, if you just buy a particular size, for example, XL का शर्ट आपको फिट बैठता है, okay, आपने खरीद लिया. ना आपको क्या एग्जैक्टली एक्सेल का साइड आपका जो बॉडी मेजरमेंट है उस हिसाब से फिट बैठता है? नहीं होगा। थोड़ा सा या फिर एकदम तो परफेक्ट नहीं होता है, थोड़ा ज्यादा होता है, थोड़ा कम होता है, या फिर परफेक्ट भी हो सकता है। बट दिस हाई फैशन ड्रेस इज डिफरेंट. दिस इज टेलर्ड मेड फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर पर्सन ऑन स्पॉट. Okay, high fashion material is basically draping based. That means बहुत सारा अलग अलग एलिमेंट्स को ऑन स्पॉट जोड़ के वो हाई फैशन ड्रेस बनाते हैं. इफ यू गो चेक आउट एनी प्रॉपर लाइक जो हाई फाई रैम्प शो होता है, लाइक इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द न्यूयॉर्क फैशन वीक, पेरिस फैशन वीक, लंदन फैशन वीक, मुंबई दिल्ली फैशन वीक, कैलकाटा फैशन वीक, यहाँ पे लाइक एकदम टॉप टायर में जो फैशन शो होता है उसका बैक स्टेज में जाइए जहां पे हाई फैशन का फैशन शो हो रहा है. देयर यू कैन सी अ लॉट ऑफ स्टाइलिस्ट आर वर्किंग ऑन मॉडल ऑन स्पॉट, रियल टाइम प्रोसेस में. दे आर fixing a lot of materials of different things and they put it together and they create a look that is called high fashion. And model walking on the ramp come back to backstage again, they remove everything and put another stuff there to create another look. So this is how it happens. So basically it has to be exclusive. There means उसका कोई second copy नहीं होना चाहिए, and it has to look elegant, and it has to be tailor made. So that is called high fashion. Now if I go to the next slide, बहुत सारा मेकअप आर्टिस्ट भी हाई फैशन लुक्स के ऊपर ट्राई करता है. ओके, द लुक ऑफ द हाई फैशन, द लेफ्ट साइड इज projecting more on the makeup and styling part of high fashion, and the right side is projecting the attire side of the high fashion. The left side is showing a creative look, which where the makeup artist has work on the hair, and there are some chain and iron material which model is wearing, which is normally you cannot see this type of attire and people walking on the road. But because high fashion is so creative, that is something which is out of the box. Okay, so this look the stylist or makeup artist has created, this is high fashion look. And the right side, which is depicting the clothing material, there the gown you are seeing, the stylist has put everything together and they created this particular look, the black gown I'm talking about, the right slide. So it has got this high fashion look. Okay, so the next one is I want to talk about the business side of fashion. Okay, now if I talk about any business, uh, there are like branding, marketing, and sales, division. When you as a company try to, hire a photographer, the photographer's part will be the branding side. He will be the part of the branding team, and the pictures the photographer is going to make, is going to use for marketing as well as for sales, like advertorial and editorial. See, I have written the photography is an essential part of branding. Always remember, like you have to work with the client, and you are a part of branding team. Now, your the pictures that you are going to make, it can be used for company's benefit. If your picture is good, the company will be much benefited, because the marketing and sales thing is going perfect with using your picture. This is I'm going a little towards, I'm shifting a little towards the business side apart from photography, because we should also know the business side. Like, as being a photographer, we only work on photographs, that's fine, but we need to understand like where these photographs are going to be using. Okay, there are a lot of things. I have also mention about the video advertising, though we are not today what discussing on video, but we all know that the reels, Instagram reels, or Facebook reel is really picking up, and a lot of other social media is also coming up, which is more like reel. This reel is going to be more popular in 2024. But if we focus only on still photograph, the photographs are can be well used in social media or influencer marketing or display mobile ads or Facebook spam or sponsor ad or anything like that. So we have to create those visual which will be more attractive for our audience. So while we are working, I'm sure you guys are following the process. I don't know, like I might ask you this question, like how you, when you start a photography, like fashion photography project, what is your plan of action? So this is the process which I follow. Okay, I first choose the theme. Okay, and after choosing the theme, depending upon the theme, I choose my model. It is not always important, like I do not decide model first. The first step, second step, these are all the steps that I mentioned, I follow exactly like this. So I first choose the theme. I directly sit with my client and discuss about the project and understand my client's requirement, and then I create the theme as per client's requirement, or I sit with my client's visual team and create the theme together. Then we go for choosing the model. We need to choose the perfect model for perfect team. Okay, because not everyone can deliver everything. Okay, it is also not important to choose a friend as a model. But you need to choose perfect model. It has to be a model, otherwise things are not going to be good. Okay, चूज लोकेशन इज अनदर पॉइंट, लाइक आपका घर का पीछे गार्डन है, आप गार्डन में जाके फोटोशूट कर लिए एंड यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग गुड picture, that is not going to happen. So if you have a proper theme ready, you need to choose, you need to recce the location, perfect location for perfect shoot. And the timing is very important, because if you are shooting outdoor, I'm not talking about the studio photography, but if you are going for outdoor photo shoot, timing is very important. And this timing can be variable. आप अगर डिफरेंट लोकेशन में शूट कर रहे हो, दैट विल बी डिफरेंट. ओके, जैसे कि इन मुंबई द सनसेट टाइम इज लाइक 6 o'clock or 6:30. इन कैलकाटा द सनसेट टाइम इज लाइक 5 o'clock. Okay, so the timing matter करता है, it can vary. Okay, so timing is very important. लाइट का प्लानिंग भी बहुत सॉलिड होना चाहिए. ओके, इफ यू कैन ज्वाइन माय वर्कशॉप, यू कैन, आई डिस्क्राइब मोर अबाउट द टेक्निक्स ऑफ द लाइट, बिकॉज ऑनलाइन में मैं लाइट पूरा चीज समझा नहीं सकता, बिकॉज आई नीड टू यूज इक्विपमेंट्स टू शोकेस द लाइट. So my workshop is coming soon on Kerala and Bangalore. So if you are interested, you can join my workshop, or मेरा Instagram भी, I'm sure you are connected. So you can also see the advertisement which is related to my workshop. You can also join my workshop where I describe more about the techniques of the light. So basically, planning the light is very important as per the mood. And props, this is very important. I told, like, props can make a good shoot looks great. Okay, तो गुड से ग्रेट बनाना है अगर शूट को, तो अच्छा प्रॉप यूज करना पड़ेगा along with the attire. So that is more important. You have to work on that. And we need to execute the shoot on as per plan, as per the mood board. And regarding after the shoot process is done, we all do retouching. Okay, if you talk about my personal suggestion, I do not prefer retouching. Okay, I just prefer raw photos. Okay, I do not like, इससे मेरा like बहुत सारा लोगों का thought process might differ, but I will tell you what I follow. This is my style. Okay, I do not do retouching at all while I am working for my personal project. I just do some alteration with exposure. I just set my exposure properly, brightness contrast properly. If it is a black and white, then black and white image. If it is a colored image, I do a little bit of color correction. That's it. Okay, I do not smoothen the skin, nothing. Okay. But if you are working for client who is spending money for their project, you need to listen to them. You need to see what your client is looking for, what is his vision about the outcome, understand his requirement, and accordingly you work on it. Okay. So this is the process that we need to follow, and if you follow this process, I'm sure you'll get good result. But of course, if you talk about more on the technical side of the lighting and everything, I can explain you this better way, because this portrait lighting is a vast subject, and for that reason I create this my workshop session where people join to understand the light. मैं बहुत आराम से लोगों को सिखाता हूँ, एंड वन ऑन वन बेसिस पे मैंने सिखाता हूँ. लाइक लोगों का जो क्वेश्चंस है, क्वेरीज है, उसके ऊपर मैं काम करता हूँ. हर किसी का क्वेश्चंस, द थॉट प्रोसेस इज डिफरेंट. कुछ पीपल लाइक सम फोटोग्राफर्स आर देयर हु आर very novice, they don't know the basic thing also, so I need to start from them. And some people are also there who are experienced, who need more expertise on experience knowledge. उसको कुछ tricky questions, different thoughts, रहता है, जिसके ऊपर भी मैं काम करता हूँ. So one on one basis पे मैं लोगों को साथ interact करता हूँ in my workshop and try to explain them about the light and the framing and the way they need to be worked to get good output. So this is the thing. Now, if you guys have any questions, you can ask me, and you can also show me a couple of shots where I can comment on. I don't want to stretch the slides more. I have completed my presentation. It's up to you, Sumit, if you can show me some picture of the people who are joining online. If they can show me something, I can comment on it. Or if you guys have any questions, please throw the questions. Shoot the questions, I'll answer.
Yeah, actually, we have got a couple of images
Yeah.
from our viewers. So I'll just try to pull some of the images out here. Okay. And sir, before I go to that question, एक question है. You mentioned about going with the trend. Okay. Going with the trend.
Yes, go with the trend always.
Yeah. So the question is, how to understand कि ये ट्रेंड क्या होता है, ये ट्रेंड कहाँ से आता है, या whom should we follow, or from where do we understand that what's the trend, or it is just that we have to keep scrolling the Instagram or the social media. Like, is there any platform, please?
See, let me put it in this way.
Yeah.
ट्रेंड फॉलो करने का एक जो प्रोसेस होता है फॉर फोटोग्राफर, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, I feel like Instagram is the best thing to search things quickly, but there are a couple of other website also which I can refer to people. You can also go through those websites, like which are very photography centric website. Like for example, 500px, 500px.com. This is a social media only for the photographer. Okay. Instagram, there are a lot of other people from other segments, they can be there, but 500px.com, this is the website where you can see work from different photographer globally. But yes, of course, trend is different thing. When it's coming to trend, each and every photographer has their own style. सबका एक अलग अलग स्टाइल होता है. मेरा भी एक अलग स्टाइल है which I like, which some people may like, which some people may not like. Okay, but I don't care, it's my style, I like. Okay, but तो वो जो स्टाइल है उसको इम्प्रोवाइज कर सकते हैं. एंड आई कैन सी, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, अभी जो म्यूजिक चल रहा है ट्रेंडिंग, आप कैसे देखते हो? नॉर्मली जैसे रील पोस्ट करते हैं हम लोग, देखते हैं ना कि ये म्यूजिक को ज्यादा यूज करते हैं लोग. ओके, सो द वे वी कैन ऑल्सो गो थ्रू Instagram and follow different photographer on Instagram whose work I like. Okay, हम लोग ये देख सकते हैं कि वो कैसे काम कर रहे हैं. For example, recently I was just discussing with you over the phone. Recently I started more with 16 mm. मेरा जो अभी फेवरेट लेंस चल रहा है, by the way, that is 1655 from Fuji. Okay, amazing lens. And I also started working on couple of other lenses, which is 8 mm lens. um, outputs are amazing. थोड़ा fish eye lens type का output आता है, but actually है नहीं. Amazing lens. उसका जो perspective आता है, I find it great. I can make some amazing creative stuff, creative visual with those lenses. So that's why I use those. Okay, and I'm using this more, and a lot of people I can see they are also following the same thing because they are liking it. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically I am creating the trend. Okay, so मैं भी बहुत सारा फोटोग्राफर है. some photographers मैं सजेस्ट कर सकता हूँ, जिन लोगों का काम मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. like I really like the work of late Peter Lindbergh. Okay, amazing photographer. Like उसका काम मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है because most of the work he has done in black and white and more on raw side. Okay, I like the rawness of the picture, the black and white pictures, and उसका पिक्चर फॉलो करते करते मैं एक चीज सीखा कि it is not always important to make a perfect picture. The most perfect picture, it might be very boring picture. So imperfection में जो beauty है वो मुझे ढूंढना है through photography. So I am more focusing on that. I really love black and white photography. So in my most of the projects I work on black and white. I create some trend, and I also look for some other photographers' work like Peter Lindbergh, or there is another photographer I can name here in this slide, Dan Heko. Dan Heko is a photographer. You can go through his work. He is from Ukraine. Okay, he is from Ukraine. His specialty is ballet dance. Okay, he worked more on ballet artwork. Okay, and he is a fine art photographer. तो वो जो जैसे पिक्चर क्रिएट करता है, लाइक इट लुक्स लाइक अ पोएट्री ऑल टुगेदर. वो पिक्चर नहीं है, लाइक यू वोंट फाइंड इट एज अ फोटोग्राफ, यू विल फाइंड इट लाइक कोई पेंटिंग क्रिएट किया है थ्रू द कैमरा. अमेजिंग. सो यू कैन गो थ्रू सम ऑफ द फोटोग्राफर. मैं 2 फोटोग्राफर का नाम लिया, ऐसा बहुत सारा फोटोग्राफर है whose work is really inspirational. Okay, you go through their work, you look into some of the creativity they produce through visual, and apply those things in your project. Try to apply those things in your project because आपको बहुत प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा to get those perfection. ठीक है, तो मैं भी करता रहता हूँ प्रैक्टिस, तो वैसे मैं अचीव करता रहता हूँ एंड ट्रेन भी सेट करता रहता हूँ.
Great. So, sir, as you mentioned some European names, okay, whom you follow और वो trendsetter के बारे में, but एक question ऐसा है, मयूर शाह, मैंने उसको screen पे भी लिया हुआ है वो question. So, can you name some Indian photographers, if any?
मुझे इनका फोटो बहुत अच्छा लगता है. लाइक आई फाइंड डपुरतन इज वर्क इज ग्रेट. मैंने क्या नाम लूं, मतलब वो लोग बहुत एक्सपीरियंस फोटोग्राफर है. आई लाइक हिज वर्क. आई लाइक द एडिटोरियल साइड ऑफ हिज फोटोग्राफी. black and white. The calendar he made amazing. Lot of top celebrities are there. From SRK to Big B, everyone is there in his calendar. So that is the name I would say. I think he is one of the top photographer in India right now. Yeah, commercially he is.
Great. So there is a viewer from Ahmedabad, Mr. Mayur Shah. He is awaiting for your workshop in Ahmedabad,
Okay.
and he just said telling you hello. How, do you know him? So you can just welcome him.
Yeah, Mayur, thank you so much for replying here on YouTube Live. Yes, Ahmedabad workshop is coming. I think Ahmedabad workshop, we will do Ahmedabad workshop in February end or March 1st. Okay. As of now, that is like what we decided, but exactly not the date. So I'm not forecasting the date here because it's not decided. मैं ऐसे ही forecast नहीं कर सकता because मेरा टीम मुझे approve करेगा date तभी मैं कर सकता हूँ. I think it will be in मार्च में कर सकते हैं और फेब एंड में कर सकते हैं. फेब एंड में शायद होगा नहीं. फेब में जो आ रहा है that is kind of fixed. फेब में 2 workshops are coming up, one in Mumbai, another one in Delhi. Okay, so ये आ जाएगा फेब में एंड मार्च में आएगा गुजरात, that is Ahmedabad.
Cool. So, Mayur Shah, you can welcome Mr. Abir Roy in the month of March in Ahmedabad. And sir, one more question. जब हमने business के बारे में बात किया, आपने कहा you know business is business and business is first. Okay. So एक question है, fashion photography is always seen a photography genre for a metropolitan or a major city business. That's if I'm not, you can correct me if I'm not wrong. But say for a photographer based out of a smaller town or a district place or a smaller region, how can he also do better in this particular genre? Or if there is any suggestion, or if you can just bring some light on this particular topic.
We have this thought in mind that fashion photography is very metro oriented stuff because uh, all the brands we see in fashion editorial, they are all headquartered in metro and decisions are taken by the metro, and maybe more customers of that particular brands are from metro, so their visual and outcomes are more, you know, targeting to them just to capture them as the customer. Okay, but yes, I just want to make a good point here, like because there are a lot of photographers staying in different part of our country. Some of are from metro city, some of are most of are from other cities, small town. So I suggest everyone to focus on SME sector. If I talk about SME sector, that is small and medium scale enterprises. Okay, target each and every person who are doing business. Okay, and it is also good for the photographer. Like for example, if you are in a remote area in a particular town, I'm not going to name any particular town, but I'm sure you will see a lot of small businesses, like एक कपड़े का दुकान भी हो सकता है, एक ब्यूटी पार्लर भी हो सकता है, एनी टाइप ऑफ बिजनेस. मतलब फैशन ही बिजनेस होगा ऐसा नहीं है. मतलब फोटोग्राफर तो हर कोई टाइप का बिजनेस के लिए चाहिए. तो एनी टाइप ऑफ बिजनेस यू कैन अप्रोच. यू अंडरस्टैंड द बिजनेस मॉडल. उन हर किसी का बिजनेस मॉडल डिफरेंट होता है बिकॉज उसका टारगेट ऑडियंस डिफरेंट होता है. सो यू अंडरस्टैंड द बिजनेस मॉडल एंड उसका जो भी मार्केटिंग चाहिए, लाइक सेल्स बोलो, होर्डिंग बोलो, केबल टेलीविजन जो वीडियो एड बोलते हैं वो बोलो, यू कैन क्रिएट ऑल दोस थिंग फॉर देम एंड आई एम श्योर दैट विल बी हेल्पफुल.
Okay, so basically, it's a very good point which you mentioned, because SME
Target
sector.
SMEs.
Yes. SME sector has been growing everywhere, and
Yes.
if photographers from a smaller region, because सर इसको एक अदर वे में भी देख सकते हैं. आपसे जस्ट बात करते करते मुझे आया कि बिकॉज मेट्रोज में बहुत सारा कंपटीशन भी रहेगा. सो इन अ स्मॉलर रीजन और अ स्मॉलर टाउन, बिकॉज एसएमई को बहुत कम लोगों ने हिट किया होगा. सो दिस कैन बी टेकन एज एन एडवांटेज. फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट सर्व, राइट?
Yeah.
So viewers, there is a big business opportunity You can go to a jeweler, because ज्वेलरी इंडस्ट्री में तो हर किसी को लगता है. Again, फोटोग्राफी कपड़ों में भी लगता है. Any for a smaller thing, जो अपने ब्यूटिशियंस है, they also need. So this is a very big and a huge category. So it's all up to you how
You
you
know,
do it.
मैं एक चीज कहना चाहता हूँ. वी आर वेरी फॉर्चुनेट टू born in a country like India.
Okay.
You know why? Because number one, the growth prospect of our country, I am so proud of my country because I can, if you go through business journal, बहुत सारे लोग ना मुझे criticize कर सकता है इस बारे में, okay, but I don't care, okay. I feel, you know, the way मैं बहुत follow करता हूँ ऐसे. तो मुझे लगता है कि इंडिया इज ग्रोइंग रैपिडली एंड द बेस्ट थिंग इज वी आर हैविंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स रेगुलरली. मतलब बहुत सारा न्यू बिजनेस क्रिएट हो रहा है and I'm so happy for them, so proud of our entrepreneurs that they are creating more jobs, okay. And it is not just happening in big cities, it is happening is everywhere, okay. So जैसे जैसे बिजनेस का वॉल्यूम बढ़ता जाएगा वैसे द मार्केटिंग और सेल्स का जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो भी बढ़ता जाएगा, ब्रांडिंग का रिक्वायरमेंट है वो भी बढ़ता जाएगा. फोटोग्राफर का पता है इंडिया में फोटोग्राफर का कोई कमी नहीं है, बहुत फोटोग्राफर है. लेकिन आप लोगों को बहुत अच्छी तरीके से सीखना पड़ेगा. कोई एक डीएसएलआर कैमरा लेके खुद को फोटोग्राफर मत बोलो. लाइक properly, you know, if you are you know, being able to work on something, you need to know what you are doing, because किसी का आपका एक्सपेरिमेंट किसी का काम खराब ना कर दे. सो आपको काम सीख के उनको अप्रोच करना पड़ेगा. सो वैसे करो. And yes, opportunities are everywhere in India. You just need to know how to find the opportunities. तो वैसे थोड़ा दिमाग लगा के काम करने से I'm sure you will find a lot of client to work with. आपका जो एरिया है उसी एरिया में बहुत सारा क्लाइंट है which you cannot see. Okay, so वो ढूंढ के निकालो and I'm sure you will be benefited. And आपका अगर काम बहुत अच्छा है एज ए फोटोग्राफर, आपको कोई रोक नहीं सकता. आपको आप आगे बढ़ जाओगे.
ग्रेट सर. एक्चुअली यस, एसएमई सेक्टर बहुत बड़ा है इंडिया में, अब ग्रोइंग है और ग्रो भी हो रहा है. बट इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट कि आपको पता होना चाहिए कि कहाँ पर क्लिक करना है और कहाँ पर हिट करने से क्या रिजल्ट आएगा. सो सर, बिफोर वी कंटिन्यू विद आवर नेक्स्ट फ्यू क्वेश्चंस, we have received some images, and I'd like to pull one of those images on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not a fashion photography. This is a portrait photography.
Okay. So Mr. Avi from Gondia.
Okay.
If you are still online and your image is up there, so अगर आप online हो तो आप chat box का use करिए. And
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Avi, the first thing that I can see your picture is a beautiful picture, no doubt about it. Okay, here I will comment bluntly. It can be good, it can be bad. Good भी मैं bluntly बोलूंगा, bad भी मैं बहुत straightforward बोलूंगा. Please don't mind. I'm sure you have worked harder to achieve this picture. Please don't mind if I say something. It might be good for you. Okay. So the good thing about this picture, the light gel of this picture, amazing, which I like. Though a little lack of exposure सही करना पड़ता. मतलब यहाँ से जो देख के मुझे लग रहा है, वैसे इंस्टाग्राम में फोटो अपलोड करने के बाद फोटो का क्वालिटी वैसे नॉर्मली ड्रॉप होता है. सो जो फोटो अभी मैं यहाँ पे देख रहा हूँ उसमें थोड़ा सा एक्सपोजर मुझे कम लग रहा है, बट लाइट जेल का इफेक्ट मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. टुडे द सेशन इज अबाउट फैशन फोटोग्राफी. मैं इसको फैशन फोटोग्राफी नहीं बोलूंगा बिकॉज इसमें फैशन का कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है, इसमें मॉडल ज्यादा दिख रहा है. इट कैन बी अ गुड पिक्चर फॉर अ पर्सन्स पोर्टफोलियो. Okay, or if you are working for an agency or a person model's portfolio, it is a good picture. Okay, now if I come into the bad thing, यहाँ पे पिक्चर में मुझे फ्रेमिंग का थोड़ा सा इश्यू लग रहा है. फ्रेमिंग का इश्यू लग रहा है वो हाथ की वजह से. If the hand showcase in a different way, though I like the depth of the field का जो आप create करना चाहते थे, I really like the approach of this particular picture. But this picture में वो हाथ का setting वैसे है, यहाँ पे क्या है कि मेरा focus main subject से वो हटके वो हाथ के ऊपर जा रहा है, which is looking a little इनकम्प्लीट. इसका और भी सही एग्जांपल है, आई एम श्योर यू कैन चेक माय इंस्टा, आपको मिल जाएगा. और एल्स कोई भी दिन अगर आपको मेरा वर्कशॉप में ज्वाइन करने का फुर्सत मिलता है तो आपको मैं दिखा सकता हूं. और else you can directly ask me question in Instagram. I can send you couple of pictures which has been shot something like this. I can send you so that you can understand what I'm talking about. But मुझे ये हाथ के लिए थोड़ा सा मेरा जो नजर है वो एक्चुअल वो सब्जेक्ट से हट रहा है. मतलब एज ए व्यूअर मेरा थोड़ा माइंड बाइफर्केट हो रहा है to for the placement of that hand. Otherwise it's good, but this is not a fashion photography picture, this is a portrait picture.
Cool, thank you for the review. And we have one more image. Yeah, it's here.
Okay, I don't know, मैं इसको फैशन फोटोग्राफी या पिक्चर के हिसाब से पकड़ रहा हूं और नहीं भी पकड़ रहा हूं. मतलब पकड़ के आई एम एक्नॉलेजिंग दिस एज अ फैशन फोटोग्राफी पिक्चर बिकॉज द गॉगल्स द आई वेयर इज शोइंग हियर. बट यहाँ पे बहुत मॉडल का फेस भी शो हो रहा है. इफ इट इज अ आईवेयर ब्रांड, आई फोकस, आई ट्राई टू सजेस्ट यू टू फोकस मोर ऑन आईवेयर. इसका भी बहुत सही एग्जांपल है, एग्जैक्ट सही एग्जांपल है विच वेयर आई वर्क. सो वो मैं दिखा सकता हूँ. लेकिन ये जो पिक्चर है, इस पिक्चर में मॉडल ज्यादा दिख रहा है. तो फैशन फोटोग्राफी में इफ यू वर्क ऑन एडवर्टोरियल एंड इफ इट इज अ आईवेयर, आपको एकदम आईवेयर के ऊपर फोकस करके वो लेना चाहिए इफ यू आर शोकेसिंग मोर ऑन द प्रोडक्ट. बट इफ इट इज एडिटोरियल, फैशन एडिटोरियल, आपका मॉडल प्लेसमेंट और भी सही होना चाहिए. ये थोड़ा सा फोटोग्राफी में जो टेक्निकली जो जिसको हम लोग रूल ऑफ थर्ड बोलते हैं, उससे थोड़ा सा ब्रेक हो रहा है. रूल ऑफ इट इज ब्रेकिंग द रूल ऑफ थर्ड. इसके हिसाब से मेरा ना थोड़ा सा जो द फ्रेमिंग ऑफ द पिक्चर, इसको थोड़ा सा खराब लग रहा है. लेकिन ठीक है, मतलब आई एम श्योर इफ यू प्रैक्टिस मोर यू कैन अचीव बेटर रिजल्ट. तो इसका जो नेगेटिव पॉइंट है, इफ इट इज अ प्रोडक्ट फोटोग्राफी, फैशन फोटोग्राफी और प्रोडक्ट फोटोग्राफी, फोकस मोर ऑन आईवेयर. इफ इट इज अ एडिटोरियल फोटोग्राफी, आपको थोड़ा सा रूल ऑफ थर्ड के ऊपर ख्याल रखना चाहिए था, which you didn't in this picture. So yes, you can work more on that.
Great.
And another point, okay, I don't know if you can zoom this picture, but I guess you have smoothened the skin too much. ओके, आपको स्किन इतना स्मूथ नहीं करना चाहिए. इफ इट इज अ फैशन फोटोग्राफी और एनी पोर्ट्रेट फोटोग्राफी, आई विल सजेस्ट एवरीवन कि लोगों का इंटेंशन बहुत सही होता है while it's coming to एडिटिंग के इंटेंशन सब सही होता है, इसीलिए कि लोग ना उसका जो इमेज है, आउटपुट है, उसको बहुत ब्यूटीफुल बनाने के लिए एडिट के ऊपर बहुत काम करते रहता है. लेकिन आप भूल जाते हो कि एक स्किन को स्किन की तरह दिखाना है, स्किन को एकदम स्मूथ नहीं करना है. इंसान का स्किन इतना स्मूथ नहीं होता है. सो वी फॉरगेट ऑल दिस थिंग एंड वर्क ऑन स्मूथनिंग द स्किन एंड वी कीप ऑन डूइंग एंड मेक द स्किन लुक एकदम पॉलिश्ड, which I find very unrealistic. Okay, so I would request everyone, if you stop retouching the skin so much, stop retouching the skin, your photo will be much better. Believe me, it's true. Okay, don't have to retouch. आपका टाइम भी तो बहुत ज्यादा होता है रिटच में, इतना रिटच करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं.
Okay, so she is Lakshmi Priya, Dada from your city, from Kolkata, and a female photographer, but a very good attempt, I would say. uh, sometimes I feel it needs a courage to put up your image and share, and make it public, and understand what good or what bad I'm doing.
Yes.
Yeah, so thanks a very lot, Lakshmi ji, for posting this image, and I hope you understood what good you did, and also what improvements you could do. And we hope that next shoot of this particular any shoot you can shoot and also tag us. Then again, we'll someday we'll review it, or you can just directly contact. So, Avinash ji, yes, thank you. Avinash ji actually had sent two images, but then both the images were. You want me to open the second image also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Avinash, I guess you are sending the picture from your portfolio photography or portrait photography. Today, though, we are discussing on fashion photography. Uh, that's why I'm mentioning these points, that this is not fashion. Okay. This is showing more of the model. If you show fashion photography, यहाँ पे लोग ना गलत कर देते हैं, like fashion photography and portrait photography के बीच में जो difference है वो mix up कर देते हैं. If you're working on fashion photography, आपको advertorial hai. Again, I'm coming to advertorial and editorial. If it is the advertorial, you show more of your clothes. If it is the editorial, you show more of your mood. Okay. इस इन दोनों में कहीं पे मॉडल के ऊपर फोकस नहीं है. तो बेसिकली व्हाट आई वांट टू tell you straightforward, if it is a fashion photography, don't focus on the model. Either you focus on the attire or accessories, jewelries, whatever it is, or focus on the mood, not the model. मॉडल के ऊपर फोकस ज्यादा हो जाएगा, so that will become a portrait photography or portfolio photography. Okay, that is for the model. Again, this is good. If you talk about the light, again exposure issue है थोड़ा. आपका राइट साइड में इफ यू आर यूजिंग स्नूट, उसको थोड़ा और ज्यादा यूज करना चाहिए था टू क्रिएट मोर लाइट ऑन द एज. रिम लाइट जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं, तो वो रिम लाइट थोड़ा सा कम लग रहा है, स्पेशली थोड़ा शोल्डर लाइन में रिम लाइट्स होना चाहिए था. तो आई एम श्योर कि आपको ये अच्छा लगा, इसीलिए आपने क्रिएट किया. और जो मॉडल का राइट साइड में जो रेड कलर जेल आपने यूज किए, बहुत अच्छा है. मॉडल का फेस में the main light source, I do not know the exact type of thing that we have used. I am sure it will be some strip or something like that. मुझे वैसे ही लग रहा है. तो उसका एक्सपोजर थोड़ा ज्यादा होना चाहिए था. बाकी सब सही है, बट अगेन दिस इज नॉट अ फैशन फोटोग्राफी, दिस इज अ पोर्ट्रेट फोटोग्राफी.
Great. Thank you for the review. And in case if anybody wants to share more images, you can. You are welcome. आप
Yes.
अभी भेज सकते हो. एक बहुत important actually good he shared a portrait, because portrait और fashion photography का जो difference है वो थोड़ा सा clear हो गया. And I request all the viewers, in case if you have any question regarding anything, particularly but obvious this topic, so आप please उसको पूछ सकते हैं. So there is one more a quick question which we have received on WhatsApp. Photography, what gears you prefer, or what gears you use, for fashion photography?
Uh, I use several cameras, though since Fuji is helping me out in my all my workshops. So basically, I use all type of body of Fuji camera. I also use I have used before Canon. I love Canon, but right now I mostly using Fuji. But for fashion photography, lens is more important than body. What I feel like, if any camera body can work well if you know how to use it. But if you talk about the effect, I prefer, if you are using different lenses, I suggest you two lenses, okay, for fashion genre. Number one will be 50 mm. That is the lens you can use. another one is 2470 mm. Okay, but there is a point I want to make for everyone who are listening to this live right now. Especially this point is very important for the people who are just starting photography. Okay, मैं ये बहुत important point बोल रहा हूँ, like ये मान के चलो and it will be very helpful. Okay, जो फोटोग्राफी, जो बंदे या बंदी फोटोग्राफी स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, ओके, यूज 50 mm फॉर नेक्स्ट 2 years. मैं ये बोल रहा हूं, ये मान लेना भाई, 50 mm use for 2 years and don't even touch any other lenses. 50 mm, use 50 mm and use for 2 years. आपका अगर फ्रेमिंग सेट ना हो जाए ना, तो मेरे सामने आके बोल, आपका फ्रेमिंग सही हो जाएगा, आपको एग्जैक्टली मालूम हो जाएगा कि आपको कैसे यूज करना है, ठीक है? तो 50 mm यूज करो, कोई और लेंस में हाथ मत दो। बट इफ यू आर एक्सपीरियंस फोटोग्राफर, उन लोगों के लिए 2 लेंस सजेस्टेड है। नंबर 1 50 mm, नंबर 2 2470 mm। और मैं जैसे बोल रहा हूं कि मैं थोड़ा सा वो एक्सपेरिमेंट वगैरह कर रहा हूं अभी, जो मेरा रिसेंट फोटोग्राफ में देखने को मिलेगा। आई क्रिएटेड दोस पिक्टोरियल्स यूजिंग 1655 mm, और कुछ फोटोज है जिसमें मैं 8 mm भी यूज करता हूं। लेकिन वो लेंस यूज करने के लिए वो स्टाइल को समझना बहुत जरूरी है। तो कीप चेकिंग माय इंस्टाग्राम so that the style I try to create, you can follow that style and you can work on it. Okay,
Great.
50 mm, 50 mm, 2470 mm, and if you want to be crazy like me, 1655 mm or 8 mm.
8 mm. Wow. Great. So, uh, a hardcore Fuji user, isn't it?
What?
I said a hardcore Fuji user, right?
Right
You,
now I am. I'm
yeah.
really liking Fuji. Yes, right now I am.
Okay, great.
I
So there
love
is
Fuji.
one, yeah, yeah. So there is Mr. Chandrakant ji. If you have shared the image, you can please let us know. Or in case if you're having any trouble sharing the image, you can directly share on WhatsApp if you want. So please let me know in the chat box or if you're having any problem. So, sir, there is one more thing. When we talk about fashion photography and we talk
Mhm.
about the Indian culture, okay, how can fashion photography indulge in, or how can the Indian culture be used in fashion photography? If you can just highlight that point, please.
It's a easy answer. Okay.
Okay.
Indian culture means you are targeting that uh, for a particular brand, like where we need to show the culture thing, like wedding, if it is a jewelry for bridals or some ethnic dress materials, those are the brand who promote ethnic dress materials. Those type of thing you need to portray as per the target audience. Can I name a few brand? Am I allowed to name a few brand?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah.
For example, Manyavar. Okay, Manyavar, and the dress material they use, they also promoting through their advertising campaign that you have to be attired yourself with their clothing if you are attending a wedding. A wedding cannot be, an Indian wedding cannot be what I should say, cannot be
Complete.
complete without Manyava. So if you are working for a particular brand which is showing more of our Indian culture, you have to modify yourself accordingly. Okay, it is not about like through fashion photography आपको culture को promote करना है, unless you are getting project from government. Okay.
Hmm.
आप अगर for example, if you are getting project from our beloved Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and
Ah,
she and she is asking you to work on her project, so that is a different thing. Excuse me.
please.
Yes, sorry. I have a bad throat, man.
Yeah. So actually, the question was basically like this: that most of the photographers, when we see and when we meet, they understand fashion photography is something different and which cannot be though for those who don't understand fashion photography. Okay, for them, and I believe that most of them don't. So they feel that fashion photography is something different. Sometimes I've heard people saying that the society does not allow, the family does not allow, those kind of things. But apparently, if they can take this genre in a different style, so I see there's any harm. What do you think?
No, I mean, but it's always flexible. Like, you don't know when you are starting working as a professional, there are a lot of projects will be coming in your way. It's up to you what to take up or not. So you have to be flexible as a photographer to work on different type of things. There is nothing to do with the culture actually. Okay, unless you are working for any particular brand which depicts more on the Indian side of attire, unless fashion photographer has to be confident as well as comfortable working with different style of uh, campaigns. So
Okay.
they have to be very comfortable and confident. Okay, and there's nothing to do with the culture. I do not see things in that perspective. I never thought about seeing this thing from, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm born and brought up mostly uh, in a proper city, so I'm a city boy, so I never thought about it. But yeah,
But
so
I
if
can,
you,
yeah, but I can understand what you're saying, that it is just that the aspect what you're looking with.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there is one more image for review. Okay, just give me one moment. I'm just trying to pull that image out. So yeah, till then, viewers, if you have any other question, you can please ask.
by the way, this is Mumbai studio where I'm
Okay,
doing the live.
that's great.
This, yeah, this is the big studio. Another studio, by the way, another studio I'm opening through this live. This is what I want to say to all the people. I'm in a mood to open studio throughout India, and eventually I will do it in all cities. But my next studio is coming in 2024 in Calcutta. This is my first studio. The second one will be in Calcutta. It is coming in 2024, and it will be a big thing. I'm doing something great. I'll try to do something great for my people in Calcutta, and they will love it. They will love the studio, and this is, I promise you. And when I promise, I never break it. I keep on my promise, and I'll do it.
That's great.
Yes.
So, was sir, before actually, can you just tell me about you? You started from Kolkata and then you're based out of Mumbai. So, how did you start? And
I my um let me put it in this way: how I start photography. Like in my career path, in the first phase of my career path, I was not a photographer, frankly. Okay, I was a IT guy. Uh, I have started working like, I'm a mathematics honors, by the way.
Uh-huh.
I always wanted to be a teacher, though I wanted to be a mathematics teacher or, professor. I have become a photography teacher eventually. Though teaching is kind of common, but the subject matter changes. Okay, I thought after doing mathematics honors, I will do PhD, probably do this and that, and after that, I will carry on with my teaching, maybe here or maybe abroad. But eventually, I take a different path. Okay, I was a creative person, in born. I used to draw pictures and stuff like that. I used to paint. Okay, so from my childhood, I have this small artistic thing going around in my head always. So I did also my multimedia courses. Like I have done it from one respectable educational institution from Calcutta. So I have completed that 3 years diploma course, and I started working in advertising. Okay, and as a graphic designer, probably that's the reason why my Photoshop skills are more stronger, because I'm working on Photoshop for, I don't know, like I have started working from my IT experience is about like 17 years, and I'm doing photography for the last more than 10 years. So, during my time of IT, I have started photography as a part of hobby. So while I was working on advertising, I started photography, and eventually I started and I keep on going. मुझे भी मजा आने लगा फोटोग्राफी में, and I keep practicing, taking some projects from clientele, and eventually at some point of time I felt like मेरे को दो चीज एक साथ तो नहीं कर सकते, मैं आईटी और फोटोग्राफी दो एक साथ कंटिन्यू नहीं कर सकता, मुझे किसी एक को चुनना पड़ेगा एंड उसी को लेके काम करना पड़ेगा. So I discussed with my family. My dad is like my friend always in my life. He is the best person in my life. I always discuss things with my father. So I discussed with my father, and I have taken some hard decision that I can carry on with only photography, leaving everything. So I did, and I have taken risk, and here I am. That's it. This is my small story. I know it's boring, but it's okay. It's true.
No, sir. Actually, from IT to photography, you're carrying teaching is something which you're carrying from there to here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what else you think? What else you think that IT have taught you, and which you think that will help you
आई मीन
do better?
लोग ना एक चीज बोलते हैं, लाइक एक आर्टिस्ट कभी एक अच्छे बिजनेसमैन नहीं हो सकता,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
और व्हेन दैट थिंग कम इनटू माय गेम, आई प्रूव इट रॉन्ग. आई एम अ गुड बिजनेसमैन
Great.
बिकॉज आई अंडरस्टैंड बिजनेस. बिकॉज मैं जब आईटी में काम करता था, आई यूज्ड टू बी अ सेल्स गाय, आई यूज्ड टू बी अ मार्केटिंग गाय. सो मुझे पता है कि क्या करना है, व्हाट कैन बी डन एंड हाउ. वो मैं एक चीज बता रहा था ना, लाइक फॉर अदर फोटोग्राफर टू टारगेट एसएमई, मैं ऐसे नहीं बताया, मैं बहुत स्टडी करके बताया. इफ यू, मैं वो चीज दोबारा बोलना चाहता हूँ भाई, whoever is online, target SME sector, and if you target it with your photography skill, each and every people will be helpful, you will be making money, they will be helpful, everyone will be happy. But you have to be skillful to do so. आप वैसे ही कोई डीएसएलआर दुकान से खरीद के वैसे मत करना. प्रॉपरली खुद को प्रिपेयर करना बहुत जरूरी होता है. प्रिपेयर करके देन यू रिप्रेजेंट योरसेल्फ इन फ्रंट ऑफ द क्लाइंट एंड शो योर वर्क. आई एम श्योर दे विल हायर यू. सो या.
Yeah. So yeah, that is very important actually. When you say in specific, in particular the SME sector, which is never ending, and India is a very big market, and yes, we are also proud of being a part of the nation, which is the I think by the end of couple of years we'll be in top three at least in the terms of economy. And
I'm sure. I'm sure.
yeah, and so overall, being top three in economy, being basically it means that everybody's growing, not only the country. Country grows
Of
when we
course.
grow, the country grows. So
Of
okay,
course.
so now we have few more pictures, okay, which we have received via Instagram and WhatsApp. So we have those here. So this is from Mr. Harry Mangat, and he's from Pune, if I'm not wrong. Yes, Harry sir, I have both of your images over here, and I would request Mr. Abir Roy to please review this image. This is image number one, and once it's done, we'll have the second image.
Okay, this is image one. Do you want to show me another image right now, or
Yeah.
okay?
So you want me to go back on the image number one?
You can do that. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, I know Harry. He's a good friend of mine. He joined my workshop. Thank you, Harry, for sending me pictures. But again, today's session, okay, ये मैं दोबारा नहीं बोलूँगा. Like again,
And,
fashion
and
photography
you know what,
session.
sir? Just one minute. You know what? He has specified one thing. Can you please ask Dada to criticize my image?
Harry, ऐसे मत बोलो यार. आपका image बहुत अच्छा है. I mean,
Great.
but this is not fashion photography.
Yeah.
This is a portrait photography. A model can be helpful if this image is there, but though it is suggested for a portfolio not to use the eyewear or anything like that, glass or sun goggles, anything. Do not have to model doesn't have to wear those. But if it is a theme based portrait photography, it's a good photography. Though I have a little thing to say about the color grading and the skin retouching, but if I can overlook that part, I find it's good. Can I go to the second image, please?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
I find this image much better than the previous one. This is a good image, but this is again not a fashion photography. This is a nice portrait photography.
Okay. So, Mr. Harry, okay, what if? Okay, there is a question. I think I'll just
Harry,
put it on the.
please, I by criticize ज़्यादा नहीं किया, कम किया criticize.
Yeah. So I have one question from Harry on the screen.
Okay. No, but if it is a goggle shop, or if you want to portray more of the eyewear, you need to really focus on the eyewear. I don't know, is it possible to show images from my Instagram, or if you can, I don't know, if you can open the browser, you can also show. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can just from your computer, you can just
Uh-huh.
open the Instagram, and I'll just guide you how you can just directly show it over here.
I mean, can everyone see it?
Yeah, everyone can see. Before going to your Instagram channel, there is one more image for you. When we have that,
What?
there is one more image for review.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so this is from Mr. Chandrakant Sontakke.
Okay.
Chandrakant, can you please just elaborate from where you are? आपका थोड़ा introduction देना please sir. Meanwhile, I'll have Abir Roy ji to please check the image. Sir, please check the image.
Yes. Okay, this is again a portfolio shot. Okay, but I can say this as a fashion photography if it is for an e-commerce brand. But I want to do something. I want to do some alteration. If it is for a e-commerce, I don't know, like in e-commerce. Okay, I know Chandrakant. He has joined my Mumbai workshop.
Great.
I know Chandrakant. Okay, so Chandrakant, this image, if you want to sell a particular merchandise, what model is wearing? Model is wearing a blue t-shirt and a blue denim jeans. So if you are selling a blue t-shirt, the t-shirt should be more on focus. If you're selling the jeans should be more on focus. Here nothing is happening like that. Okay, both are showing too much. And the gesture of the model, the type of pose that model doing here, it is also not that e-commerce centric, because model is posing in such a way my attention is going more to her posing instead of the dress. Okay, so if it is e-commerce or advertorial photography, I might not permit this image. Okay, this is the technical point. Now if I see it from a different perspective, if it is a portfolio photography, that means the dress is less important, more important is the subject. If you are making portfolio of a particular model, it is a good picture, unless there is a light difference, the face is looking more brighter than the hand. So if you are making portfolio of a particular person, either you have to set the light first of all, do everything. I do everything on camera. I do very like 10% of my job is on editing. I do 90% of my job on camera. So either you have to set the light, but I don't know what is that white thing going on in the face. If it is for the editing, I would suggest stop editing too much. You don't have to do too much of editing. If it is not editing, I would suggest set the light in a way so that the entire body of the model should have the same intensity of the light. If it is a portfolio picture in white backdrop, okay, and the skin is looking very smooth, which should not be done.
Okay, so there is one more image from them.
The previous one better, because this looking a little incomplete. थोड़ा सा rule of third का भी issue है. There is no point if you are taking portrait photo. There is no point of keeping the framing the canvas size landscape. ये जो right and left में जो space है ये बहुत ज़्यादा है, which is unnecessary लग रहा है. बट इफ इट इज आपका अगर फ्रेमिंग कैनवस अगर पोर्ट्रेट में होता तो शायद ये अच्छा लगता. बट इफ इट इज अ 1:2 पिक्चर, 1:2 framing, like there are a lot of different type of framing is there, 1:4, 1:2, 3:4, full body, this type of picture. So if it is a 1:2 picture, then the right hand is incomplete. Either the pose, the way the model is posing, you need to complete this hand. वो आधा अधूरा दिख रहा है, which is not visually looking good. Okay, so वो मुझे थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ लग रहा है. बाकी सब ठीक है. खैर मैं इसको जूम करके नहीं देख सकता, but it's showing that the again the face is looking more brighter, where this area is looking a little darker, which should not be happening. So this is the thing. Yeah.
Okay. So now, if you want to share your Instagram thing, you can just go on the present and you can just directly.
मतलब okay, should I change the browser? Is it fine if I change the
Yeah,
browser?
that's fine.
Go to my
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
okay. मैं Instagram खोल के मेरा पूरा बहुत सारे images I can also explain, but I will be missing this page, right?
No, no. We'll once you open your thing, we'll have this presented over here, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can access both the thing on the same.
Okay, just a minute. अभी तो शेयर स्क्रीन नहीं हो रहा है, तो खोल के करना पड़ेगा क्या?
नहीं शेयर स्क्रीन होगा ना. You can just yeah, शेयर स्क्रीन होगा.
Excuse me, guys. Oh man, I upload too much images. Okay.
Meanwhile, all the viewers are requested, if you have not subscribed to our channel, that's mandatory. So that next time when we come again, we can have you with a different topic. So please, you can subscribe on this channel and do share this video so that everybody knows what is fashion photography. And just okay. So you want me to?
Share my browser, please.
Yeah, so you'll have to do it from the present. You have to go and click on the present, and from present, you'll have to do share screen.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Just hold on. Excuse me.
Thank you, viewers, for having some patience. Okay, so
Just a minute.
yeah,
I need to click on the present and then
share screen.
share screen, window, and okay, Chrome tab. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Should I share?
Yes. Yes.
Can you see? I don't know.
Yeah.
You can see. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So, if everyone can see this thing, this is the perfect example of an advertorial which representing eyewear brand. This is exactly the way it should be done. It is good that I'm showing things from directly from my Instagram because I have a lot of other thing to show. I can explain some of the picture which people can see, and it will be helpful for them. So this is the picture how you should show the eyewear brand. It can be a goggles, it can be a glass, it can be a contact lens, or something similar. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible completely.
Yes. And another example, like this is a little editorial side though. This can be another example of showing the mood. The first one I show, this image I show, this is more on advertorial side where the product is clearly showing, but this is more on the editorial side where also product is showing but showing more of the mood. There is another picture which I want to show if I can find it. Yes. So this is another example of the advertorial of an eyewear. The product should show clearly.
Yeah.
Got the idea
Yeah.
of how.
Mr. Harry have used the chat, just commented on the chat box. He has got the point of on his eyewear point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here I want to show you something like, for example, let's talk about from my recent work, like okay, I myself is an editorial photographer. I acknowledge myself in that way. So mostly, what I make for the advertising campaign, those are the for brand. I sometimes I post, sometimes I do not. But in on my Instagram, I mostly post the editorial stuff. So I can show you some of the editorial work. Okay, before showing, this is the lens I want to talk about, like 1655, because this giving this type of output, like you can, the way model is standing, the pose and the way I am framing the model is unique. थोड़ा सा different perspective मिल रहा है. Some people may find it unusual or unrealistic. आपको अगर थोड़ा क्रेजीनेस या अनरियलिज्म में ढूंढना है तो आप 1655 यूज कर सकते हैं. अदरवाइज यू कैन यूज 50 mm और 2470 mm टाइप ऑफ लेंसेस. मैं कुछ पिक्चर्स नेक्स्ट स्लाइड्स में दिखाता हूं. You can never make this kind of picture unless you are using 8 mm or 16 mm, because उसी से इसका जो इफेक्ट है वो मिलेगा. Okay, any other questions from people?
Not yet.
Okay, so let me also showing something. This is an editorial I recently walked, the Indian culture you were saying. So this is one editorial I have recently worked on for a designer called Sonia Mehra, based out at Pune, and she has got quite a lot of good collection on Indian attire. So this is one of them. So this is one of their editorial, and where I try to capture more of the mood of the dress, and these are the pictures.
I request all the viewers, if in case if you have any question regarding the topic or the images which Abir Roy is sharing, you can please use the chat box so that we can have it on.
This is one Indian thematic image, but a little bit of Banjara style. This is not the fashion photography. What I'm going to show you right now, this is not fashion photography, but this is Indian style. This is portrait photography. So since you guys are, talking about Indian style, for that reason, I'm showing you these images. Another thing you will find all in my Instagram handle. Those who are not, unaware about my Instagram handle, my Instagram is one Abidra. You can go and check it out and follow me and send me message. And if you have any queries, you can also directly ask me. If you do not have any questions coming in your brain right now, later you can ask me questions. I'll try to give answer. And feel free to join my workshop. I'll put everything on my story on my Instagram, so that you can be updated about my upcoming photo shoots, upcoming workshops, and join accordingly. Recently 2 workshops are coming. One is in Kerala, which is going to be held on 20th and 21st Jan, and the next one is on the next week, that is 27th and 28th Jan, which will be in Bangalore. So 20th, 21st Kerala, 27th, 28th Bangalore. If you are in that particular city, feel free to join in my workshop, so that I can have the opportunity to show and discuss more about the lighting and framing on spot in the studio with the model. So that will be more interesting for you. And of course, I would love to join this live session with you guys. again and again. I'm finding it really cool to talk to you guys, through live session. Can I go to my camera screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I click on the stop sharing link?
Yeah. You can directly go, no problem. I have already, removed your screen from the live.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. So it was a great fun discussing with you on fashion photography,
Thank you
and
so much.
yes, the mood is that we also would like to have a session in Pune very soon. So we'll discuss about the session,
Of course.
and we'll do something better. And I'm also very happy, and I'm also to welcome Mr. Harry and Mr. Chandrakant from Pune who joined your session in Mumbai, and they are there as viewers for us today. And I also thank all the viewers who gave their images, submitted their images, and tried to see how much criticized, how much I'll be criticized basically. So yeah.
नहीं, क्रिटिसाइज क्यों करूंगा? मतलब जो गलत है वो बता रहा हूँ, क्रिटिसाइज नहीं कर रहा हूँ. सबका काम है, लाइक पीपल हैज, आई एम श्योर दे वर्कड हार्ड अ लॉट अबाउट टू फेच दैट आउटपुट. आई डू नॉट क्रिटिसाइज बैडली, बट जो चीज जो पर्टिकुलर जॉनर के लिए गलत है बोलना पड़ेगा. वो फैशन फोटोग्राफी नहीं था, वो पोर्ट्रेट फोटोग्राफी था, तो बोलना पड़ेगा.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
बिकॉज
Exactly, and I mean the one who have already shared the images, even as I said that it needs a courage, और अच्छा है because even they want to understand कि क्या है क्या नहीं है, किस तरीके से इमेज है, कैसा डेवलप होना है, because but obvious है, where you are standing right now and where others are standing right now, the experience which you hold, which you experience is different. And so but obvious everybody wants to get reviewed their images from you so that they'll understand what better they can do for this particular genre.
I'm here to help. I will help. इट इज नॉट लाइक मैं मेंटर बन गया मतलब मैं सीखना खत्म कर दिया. नहीं, मैं भी सीख रहा हूं. मतलब मैं हर रोज सीख रहा हूं. एंड आई एम श्योर द वे आई एम राइट नाउ, आफ्टर 5 years आई विल बी मोर पैक्ड विथ नॉलेजेस, बिकॉज मैं ईच एंड एवरी डे आई एम ऑल्सो लर्निंग. My point of doing the workshop is whatever trending, the trend I follow, and I learn things which is not available in any book. I experiment that thing in my personal photo shoot, and I have this idea. I reflect that idea. I share that idea through my workshop. मैं चाहता हूं कि सबको अच्छा मिले. एंड मेरा वर्कशॉप में जो भी मटेरियल आपको मिलता है, आई कैन गारंटी यू, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू फाइंड दोज थिंग इन बुक. ओके, मतलब मेरा जो विजन है फोटोग्राफी का, मैं मानता हूं कि फोटोग्राफी इज एन आर्टिस्टिक थिंग. एंड आर्टिस्ट लोगों का कोई पर्टिकुलर रूल नहीं होता है. यू आर फ्री फ्रॉम ऑल द रूल्स. ओके, सो वो रूल ब्रेक करके आपको कैसे काम करना है वो आपको सीखना है. एंड टू ब्रेक द रूल, फर्स्ट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द रूल. तो वो सीखना है.
अंडरस्टूड. बिकॉज बेसिकली इसमें कोई एसओपी नहीं है कि एक स्टैंडर्ड
नहीं,
ऑपरेशन, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Things go as the mood is and as the trend is. So yes, Mr. Harry, Mr. Chandrakant, Mr. Kunal, and all the other viewers who were a great audience for us today, and it was a great two-way communication. And most of the best part was reviewing the images, and we will come back soon.
थैंक
we'll
यू
have
गाइस.
we'll have more. And yes, sir, before signing off, if you would like to give a message to the industry before signing off, please.
First thing, I want to come live again here because I have many things to share. Okay, I love sharing things with people, and maybe each and every day, as I told you, I'm learning, so I want to share my ideas with you through your YouTube channel. So I want to do it again. Next one is those who are working on fashion photography. Please experiment karte raho, because ultimately experimentation will make you more powerful. And keep sharing ideas with each other, help each other, because fashion photography is also a teamwork. Join my workshops so that you can अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द टीम गेम. मैं मेरा वर्कशॉप सिर्फ वर्कशॉप नहीं है, वहां पे मेरा जो टीम वर्क है उसके ऊपर भी हम लोग काम करते हैं, कैसे एक साथ हम लोग मिलके काम करके एक अच्छा आउटपुट बना सकते हैं. आई ऑल्सो वर्क ऑन दैट. दैट्स इट. आई डोंट वांट टू से मोर थिंग अबाउट इट, बट यस, आई ऑल्सो लव ज्वाइनिंग टुडेज सेशन. मुझे भी बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Great. So I hope all the best for your upcoming workshop, and yes, all the best for the upcoming years ahead. And we would love to see
And
more and more.
Kerala coming soon. I don't know who is here from Kerala. I'm coming Kerala on 18th. I will be reaching there in the evening, and I'm sure things are going to be great in Kerala workshop. So see you soon in Kochi, Kerala. Okay, Kerala, I'm coming.
Great, great, great. So yes, all the best, and we hope to see you soon again. Maybe next month, whenever you're available, with some more content on this particular industry. And yes, it was a great pleasure having you over here. Thank you, sir.
Thank, thank you so much. Thank you.
So once again, guys, thanks a lot for being with us over here, being a very patient viewers for more than almost 2 hours. And we hope to see you again. If you have not subscribed to us, please subscribe, because you know that we guys are bringing in more and more photography content. And yes, we will keep bringing in. The next session which we are doing, it will be on purely portrait photography. Today's session was very important for those who were in a dilemma. If portrait photography, fashion photography, most of them thought that portrait photography is fashion photography, or vice versa. It's not like that. Fashion photography is totally different. इसमें those who have missed or those who have joined this session late, the same video is available on YouTube. You can just go check. If you need to be in touch with Mr. ABIR Roy, it's he has already shared his Instagram handle. You can just go talk to him directly, or if you need to get in touch with them, and you can just inform us. We'll try to help you, because it took us 3 months to bring Mr. Abhir Roy over here. So he's been a very busy person, and he's doing a very good job. And we are very happy to have you over here. And we are also happy that he loved the session, and especially our audience. You were very, you were very, encouraging. And because it's a new genre, it's a different genre. Up till now, what sessions we have done is purely on the wedding industry. So this was something different. We tried, and yes, thanks a very lot for all the viewers who patiently stood here in front of their screens, from office or from your home or from anywhere. So yes, before signing off, I would like to request everyone, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, so that we get an energy to bring more content on this photography industry. And Kevok upcoming exhibition, a photo industry exhibition, is in Nagpur, scheduled on the March 15th, 16th, and 17th. If you wish to register, you can just go on punephotofare.in. You can register for yourself, and we'll see you over there. Till then, thank you. We'll see you again on the 18th of this month with a new mentor, and we'll talk on portrait photography. Thanks a lot.